Well, hello once again. I'm Pete Torriello.
And I'm Maureen Torriello.
And it's time once again for the Mixing It Up with Pete and Maureen podcast, where every week we get together and we talk about, well, whatever it is that we pull off the top of our heads.
Or maybe someplace else.
And very often straight from the heart. And this week, we're talking about everybody's favorite meal.
Pizza pie.
Pizza. We actually posted on Facebook and also on our community website, and we asked people who had the best pizza. What kind of pizza do you like? Is anchovy a good topping? Is pineapple a good topping? And how far would you go to get a good piece of pizza?
And boy, did we get replies.
Yeah, we really did. We got pages and pages of reply. Well, 4 pages anyway. I mean, it wasn't like they sent us Gone with the Wind, but we had a lot of replies. So do you want to take them? We'll go back and forth on these.
Sounds like a good idea.
We will hold ours for later.
Suspense.
Dun, dun, dun.
Go ahead.
All right. The first reply that we had comes from Anne. And Anne says, Star Tavern, second to none. Favorite pizza, thin crust, no weird toppings like pineapple or anchovies. Anne likes the Meat Supreme from Santino's in Sayreville. For franchise pizza, she says it's okay if you like ketchup on a board. But Blaze Pizza is the exciting. I don't know where Blaze Pizza is.
I don't either.
But that's the exception. And she says when it comes to frozen pizza, Elio's is the best.
Okay. Well, we have another reply from Kim, and she says L&B in Brooklyn, New York.
Right.
And 2725 86th Street. She
Yeah.
even gives the address.
Yeah, that's from, that's Bay Ridge, I think, in Brooklyn, which is where my mom's family used to be.
There you go. I don't know.
We heard from Paul, and Paul says Sun Tavern in Roselle Park is the best pizza.
Okay. I've had their pizza. It is pretty good.
It's all right.
I don't know if I would say the best. But,
yeah.
Okay, Matt. And Matt is very creative in his writing. I love it. He's like, so hard to choose. Vic's in Bradley Beach. Pete and Elda's in Neptune City for a real thin crust. A great pizza doesn't need anything on it, but I'll take pepper and onions. I would drive 45 minutes for a great pizza. Pineapple does not belong on pizza. It's a bastardized pizza. No anchovies. Don't even like the sound of the word. Franchise pizza is a step above frozen pizza. And fresh pizza is flights of stairs. Get it?
Yeah.
Above that.
Great reply, Matt. Probably the most creative reply that we had here. Larry K. says Jimmy Mac's on Staten Island gets his vote for best pizza.
Donna says the king of pizza on Springfield Avenue in Vauxhall. The best thin crust pizza made in pans and baked in the oven. Thin edges, crispy brown and caramelized. Far superior to Joe's. Dad would pick it up on Saturday night, and my sisters and I would each have a little shot glass sized beer mug of beer while we feasted on their childhood delicacy. Next would be Bunny's in South Orange on South Orange Avenue, great thin crust.
Boy, that almost ties with Matt for creative writing.
Almost.
This childhood delicacy.
Yeah.
Kevin checked in from Madison Park, and he says Star Tavern is the best pizza. Anchovies? Nope. No, that's the way he actually voted. Nope. Pineapple is not pizza. Franchise is not the best pizza. Would drive to Star Pizza in Orange from Old Bridge for a special occasion.
Okay, and Susie says, what if you don't eat pizza?
If you don't eat pizza, we throw you out of the country.
No.
Because it's un-American.
Oh, I don't know. For a long time, I didn't eat pizza.
It's un-American. It's un-American.
For a long time, I wouldn't eat pizza.
Un-American.
And then I did, and now I like it.
Nope.
Okay, well...
Nope.
And Sean,
God, America, and pizza pie, Maureen. It's un-American for you to not like pizza.
Make American great again.
Make pizza great again.
Sean T. says Famous Ray's on Bloomfield Avenue in Verona, and Star Tavern. Lots of Star Tavern fans.
Jennifer out in Hackettstown says Sonny's 2 in Hackettstown, which leaves one to query, well, what's wrong with Sonny's 1? No anchovies. They make a great, I don't know what you're going to think about this. They make a great breakfast pizza. Bacon, eggs, and potatoes with American and mozzarella cheese. So good, she says. I don't know, pizza for breakfast?
Well, I think it's the idea of it's pizza in that it's on a crust and they put all the stuff on, but it's not pizza like the way you think of pizza. You know, like there's even like some places they do they call it a white pizza, and it's like all white cheeses on it.
Yeah. And
it really tastes more like a grilled cheese sandwich, but they call it pizza because they do it on a pizza crust. So I think that's kind of the way this goes. It's not, don't think of it as pizza pie, think it of breakfast, you know.
Yeah, probably the kind of thing that if I tried it, I'd be, ooh.
I think you would like it because it's all stuff you like on it.
Yeah. Let's see, it's your turn.
Okay, Vicky T. Luigi's and Succasana, thin crust, half pepperoni, half sausage, and 7 onion.
No, that's half sausage and I guess half onion or something. That's
your typing.
My crappy typing. Second only to my crappy handwriting.
Well, and they also make a great white pizza.
There's
That's
your
what I was
white
talking
pizza,
about
yeah.
with spinach, and it's got light garlic and mozzarella, no ricotta. Second favorite is the Godfathers of East Hanover.
Yeah, we've been there.
But we never had their pizza.
We never
though.
had the pizza, no.
Sausage pie, delicious. Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza, and no to anchovies.
Okay, Andy C. Star Tavern in Orange, hands down the best thin crust around, says Andy. Brooklyn Brick Oven in Hackensack is damn good too. Pineapple or Hawaiian pizza is an abomination.
It's anathema.
An abomination.
And Ed P. Carlos in the Sarahwood Shopping Center, rest in peace.
Yeah. I don't remember that because we never went there.
No.
When I was growing up here in Madison Park. The name rings a bell now that I hear it, but it's not a place that my family frequented.
Yeah.
Which is probably why they're R.I.P. I'm sorry, Ed.
Yeah, because Pete's family didn't go. He put them out of business.
We broke them.
He says that's still his gold standard. And number 2 was Speezy's.
Yes.
In Saraville.
Yes. Another rest in peace.
Yes.
That's where my family would go. They'd go down to Species, which I think was at the end of Johnson Lane.
Okay. I thought it was like Washington Road.
Yeah, it was at the corner of Washington Road and I think Johnson Lane. I think that's where Species was. But yeah, anytime if you were having a birthday party or any kind of a celebration, it was kind of like the Biazzi's of Nutley.
Okay. So anyway, he said the works with no anchovies. Whidbey Islands had a great place for pizza for a few years, Luigi's, but it closed. Domino's is about as good as it gets now, and I live far enough from town that they won't deliver. Now, Ed lives out on the West Coast. He's in Washington State.
And he's way out there in Washington.
So
I think his area is quite rural.
So that's why...
I think Ed gets his mail by carrier pigeon.
Maybe.
And also Ed F. writes, New Jerseyans hate my answer. New Haven, Connecticut. Check it out on Snopes, he says. Pepe's, Sally's Modern on Worcester Street, baby. And his favorite pizza is sausage, but the sausage should come from an Italian butcher in New Haven, and he would drive 10 miles for that. Now, I should
New
point
Haven's
out,
a heck of a lot farther than 10 miles.
We actually were escorted out of New Haven, Connecticut by the police.
Yes, we were.
We went up to...
Not that we did anything wrong.
No, at least not this time.
Yeah.
We were in Yale University. We went up there to the art gallery, right? Mm-hmm. And we went up 95, the Connecticut Turnpike. If ever God created a boring drive in this world, second only to driving through Pennsylvania, it's driving 95 in Connecticut. There's just nothing nice about it. It's not pretty. It's awful.
It's highway.
It's highway. So we went up to Yale University, and coming home, I said to Maureen, let's go down Route 1.
The scenic route.
Let's take the scenic route, right? Huge mistake. Huge. I had no idea that Route 1 went through such troubled neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
And we're driving down Route 1, and this cop pulls up behind us.
We're thinking, uh-oh, what did we do?
What did we do? And he gets out of the car and he says, what are you guys doing here? And I explained, I said, well, we came in on 95. We're going back home to New Jersey, but 95 was boring. We wanted to see something interesting. He's like, this kind of interesting you don't need. You and your wife look like, and we had the kids with us.
Yeah.
In the back seat. He's like, you and your wife look like nice people. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull ahead of you, and I want you to follow me back up to the highway, go up there, and keep on going. That was our experience in
New Haven.
In New Haven, coming back from Yale. Sorry, Ed.
So we didn't get to try the pizza.
I have probably pissed Ed off now with that one. Ed F. Sorry, Ed.
Okay. Frank F. DeLucas in Meriton. Star Tavern, another Star Tavern fan in Orange. Danino's in the Village. John's Pineapple? No, not pizza. Favorite topping is sausage.
Frank, you know who Frank F. is?
No.
From Star 99.1. That was Frank Ford.
Frank Ford.
Frank
oh,
Ford.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Frank.
And Michelle writes, Star Tavern. Domino's has a robust sauce. It's a nice sauce that gives a good flavor. No anchovies, no mushrooms, no pineapple.
All right.
Well, Michelle, why don't you just get a piece of matzah then, if you don't want stuff on it like that?
Okay. Lorraine likes Pulcinello's in Saraville and Del Pont in Bradley Beach.
Right. And Chris writes TJ's Tavern Pie, which TJ's is over on Bordentown Avenue here.
Okay.
At Bordentown and Cheesequake across from the gas
by the
station.
gas station,
I guess that's TJ's.
Okay, Carmen, Round Pies Pesto Pizza is amazing. I hope I didn't pop my peas on that one.
And Laura says Pronto Pizza on Route 9 makes a great pie. So does Pizza Heaven on Washington Road in Parlin. I've never seen that one. We go down Washington Road all the time.
Yeah,
But I haven't seen
we'll have
Pizza
to keep
Heaven.
our eyes open.
I think they hide when they know we're coming.
Rennie says Long Gone Speezies, so another Spezies fan.
It's amazing the emotional cord that place had with people
Yeah.
in the area here.
Well, like you said, that was the place to go. That's where you got your. Most people got their
You
their
got
pies and their
first
parties
communion, confirmation. You'd go to Speezy's.
Yeah.
Saturday night, nothing to do.
Go to
You go to
Speezy's.
Speezy's. Either you went to Speezy's or you went to Keensburg
Okay.
and played Skillo or whatever it was. Do you remember what that game was?
I think it was
I
Skillo.
can't remember the name.
Or Pokino, maybe?
They had these two places that my folks would go to. First, they would go do the Wheels of Fortune and try to win something. And my mother and father would try to win cigarettes.
Okay.
They were both pretty heavy smokers, and that was their, let's see if we can win some Pall Malls, maybe, And then they would go to this place, and they had like a big wheel with numbers on it, and you would sit at these long tables, and the tables had these troughs in them, and they had dried, hardened lima beans.
Right.
And you had a card, like a bingo card, and you would use the lima beans for the marker, and they had a little button in front of every player. It was tied into an electrical circuit, and they would start the wheel up,
Right.
and then anybody could push the button, and that would turn off the circuit for the wheel, and the wheel would slow down to a stop, and then it'd say, under the B6. So it was kind of like bingo, but with a big wheel.
Yeah.
And when I used to go with my parents, I used to bring my little portable radio, because I couldn't play because I was underage. I'd bring my portable radio, and I'd sit there with a little earplug listening to Cousin Brucey or something.
Yeah.
And I'd wait for the wheel to start. And as soon as the wheel started, I would go boom and make it stop. And after that happened about 3 or 4 times, the caller would be, would whoever is pushing the button too soon, please stop.
Really?
Yeah.
They could tell?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because the wheel would stop. As soon as it would
doesn't
try to
stop
start,
automatically.
as soon as it would try to start,
Yeah.
you would, and it would, which is kind of run out of power, you know,
okay.
and it would stop. And then my mother would be like, stop that. Peter, stop doing that.
So what's that going to do with pizza?
I don't know. Just a little something for us to kill some time here on the clock. We heard from Laura, who says pronto. Oh, we did pronto pizza, right? Yeah, that's something that they say to test microphones. Please pass the pizza pronto.
Right. And then Kristen says Tony's in Keyport or Rostoni's in Sayreville.
That's another one I haven't seen.
Rostoni's?
Rostoni's, yeah.
I don't know. I think some of these Sayreville ones might be off the beaten track, like on Main Street more than, because we don't go that way as much.
Yeah. And Maureen.
Not me.
No, Maureen down the street here from us. Pizza is very subjective, she says. Everybody has a favorite place. Well, that's true. Everybody's favorite place is the best.
Okay, right.
She says, think thin crust, Pete and Elda's in Neptune City, which is the one that Matt had mentioned.
Yes, absolutely.
And for gourmet pizza, Nunzio's in Sayreville.
Okay.
And she also says Vinny's by the Coles on Route 9.
Okay.
Sesame seed crust or drunk grandma pie.
All right. That sounds good.
What is a drunk grandma pie?
I don't know, but the grandma pies I usually like because they got like a lot of stuff on them.
Well, maybe a drunk grandma pie is even better.
Maybe. Get her drunk.
Get her drunk and there's no
she
telling,
makes you a pizza.
No telling what the hell the old lady's going to put in that pie. And Esposito's and Matawan she also recommends.
Yeah.
Now, it is time for us to reveal our favorites.
Okay. And do we have the same, do you think, or different?
I think we have the same.
I think partly the same, partly different.
Okay. For real pizza.
Right.
Like pizza parlor pizza.
Yeah.
The winner is, here it comes. Zzz, boom.
I'm pushing the button.
What the winner is?
Santino's.
Right.
We like their meat supreme.
Yes.
It's got like
It's
every kind
like
of meat you could put on a pie.
It's like a butcher shop exploded on a piece of pizza pie.
It's delicious.
It's got any kind of meat you want. They put meatballs on it.
Right? Pepperoni, sausage, ham,
yeah, all kinds of
bacon.
Spam, mystery meat. I don't know. If it's meat, it's on that pizza.
It's delicious.
Yeah, and we usually when we have friends over, that's the pizza that we get, and everybody loves it.
Everybody loves it. But now that, like, for the real pizza, like, that's down in this area in our new location.
Right.
Now, some of my favorite old places of pizza for a real pizza would have been the Roman Gourmet in Maplewood Center, right by the movie theater.
Didn't go there enough to have an opinion.
Well, that was mine. And I also liked Arturo's, had the brick oven pizza. And it gives the crust a different flavor.
Does a brick oven really make a difference?
Yes. It makes a different flavor and a different consistency to the crust.
I know they're very expensive.
Well, they're more
brick
expensive. I
ovens.
wouldn't say very expensive, but it's a little more pricey than just a regular pie.
No, I mean the brick oven itself is
yeah.
very expensive.
Oh, probably, yeah. I don't know why.
But I don't know if it tastes any better or if maybe it heats differently.
I think it heats differently and it gives sort of a smokier flavor to it, I guess you would say. And the crust becomes like a little bit crisper, I think, on the outside, but yet soft on the inside. So
kind of like me. Hard on the outside, soft
on the inside.
On the inside.
Well, I'm mushy bear.
I'm fat bear is what I am.
No. But I think that, like, for, traditional pizzas, those would be the ones that I would say would be my favorite. And I do like bunnies, too. Somebody had mentioned bunnies.
Now, you didn't say Star.
I'm talking about traditional pizzas.
Star's not a traditional pizza?
That's a thin crust pizza. That's different.
Well, that could be traditional.
No. Thin crust is thin crust. It's different.
Okay. I stand corrected. I sit corrected.
Now, Star Tavern, of course. I'm not a big thin crust fan, but if I'm gonna have thin crust, I want it from Star.
And why does that pizza work as well as it does?
Because it has the perfect ratio.
The ratio of
crust
to
sauce
to cheese to topping. You've got to get that ratio. It's very scientific, Maureen.
Yes.
You've got to get that ratio just right to get the right flavor. And they've got it.
And Star Tavern does a thing that I like to get occasionally. It's more like a dessert pizza. And here you'll probably wrinkle your brow and say it's not a
I've
pizza.
had that one with you.
But it's an apple pie pizza.
Yeah, I had that one.
And they put slices of apple on it, and they sprinkle just a little bit of cinnamon, and maybe, I don't know if they put like maybe brown sugar or something on it, and they put it on a pizza crust and put it in this pizza oven, and cook it up that way. And it's really like having a little piece of apple pie.
Now, what about franchise pizza?
Now, again,
I think we might agree on this one.
our people are anti-franchise, but I like them. I like, especially Papa John's.
That is the one that we like.
I like that one.
And we understand Papa John got into some trouble for shooting his mouth off about some things that he probably shouldn't have opened up his mouth about. That notwithstanding, we're talking about the guy's pizza, and that's probably our favorite.
And the interesting thing
for
is
home delivered pizza. Or
say when they
franchise pizza,
when they deliver it, they usually put like a little jalapeno in the box.
Yeah,
and it's there's something about putting that in there. It infuses flavor into the pizza in a weird way, without it being right as a topping or anything. But it just gives it that little extra bite, and I like that. And with the franchise pizzas, what I like about them, I don't like a real hard crust. And the franchise pizzas tend to be a little more bread-like on the crust, and I personally prefer that. But I'm probably making an unpopular statement from our listeners here.
Now, what about frozen pizza that you buy at the ShopRite or something?
Well, and I think it was Anne had said Elio's.
Elio's, yeah.
I used to get that for the kids because like that would be a quick snack or a quick lunch. They came like 3 in a section, and you could break them off and put them in a toaster oven or, put them in the regular oven. And they were probably decent. Nowadays, I haven't really tried too many of them, but they have more gourmet kind of frozen pizzas. They've got like Chobani and some of those ones with like the rising crust and things like that. Celeste pizza I used to like too.
Mama Celeste hard at work in the kitchen, making the sauce herself, applying it to the pie in circles, like that.
So I mean, some of those newer ones, I haven't tried a lot of them, but the few I've tried, I think they are pretty decent. They don't rival a real pizzeria's pizza.
No.
But if you're looking for a quick and easy home thing, and you don't want to wait for home delivery, I think they're a decent alternative.
It's good. It's all right. It's industrial pie, but it's
I think
it's just like some people
it's
will
a
say
step
to you.
up.
It's a step, as Matt said.
But not quite a flight of stairs.
Some people will say to you too, like when it comes to Italian food, and we can probably do a whole show on that. Italian food, they'll say to you, "Well, Olive Garden, that's not Italian." Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure. I get it. It's a franchise again. It's industrial Italian food. It's meant for the masses, but you're putting the same stuff in it.
Yeah, basically.
You're putting tomato paste, tomato sauce, pasta, meatballs. It's.
Yeah. How many different ways can you change that around?
Well, if you're Italian,
the
answer to that is you haven't
infinite number.
You have not tasted my meatballs.
Yeah.
You haven't had my meatballs.
Or my gravy.
Yeah. And now you're the one who said to me, and I find this so sacrilegious, so sacrilegious.
Uh-oh.
It's amazing that the two of us are still together all these years after Maureen said this to me. You know what it is?
No.
What did you say about pasta?
It's all the same.
All pasta is the same. No. They taste different. They have different consistency.
They have different texture, but they taste the same.
They don't.
Okay.
No, they don't. Well, is my mic okay? Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, they don't. Are we? No, oh no, we have another question.
What about the pineapple?
Pineapple and anchovies. And nobody in the responses likes
Anchovies.
or pineapple.
Yeah.
Okay. For those of you who don't like pineapple, I agree. Do you agree?
I've never had it. In theory, I don't think it would be great. I don't know. Do they put the pineapple on a regular pizza that has the tomato sauce and the cheese and stuff? If that's the case, then
The one I had one.
Yeah.
Pardon me. And yeah, it was on a regular pizza, and it had pineapple like you would put up on a ham.
Yeah. Now that I say ew. But if they were going to make one like stretching the definition of pizza out to a pizza crust and maybe putting ham and pineapple slices and, maybe a little seasoning or something like that on it, then I would say I'd give it a shot.
You have to admit our listeners are very anti-pineapple pizza. When Matt says it's a bastardization and someone else said it's an abominable like the snowman.
Yeah.
So I'm not crazy about the pineapple. Maureen has never had it. Now, anchovy. This also almost caused a divorce. You don't like anchovies.
No way, no how.
And nobody on the survey liked the anchovies.
Nobody on earth except you and our friend Lou. I think you're the only two that eat anchovies.
Can I ask you, dear listeners of the Mixing It Up with Pete and Maureen podcast, something? You people who don't like anchovies on pizza, what the hell is wrong with you?
What the hell is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? Come on. Pizza and anchovies is like baseball and Ballantine.
Nobody.
Mom, apple pie and Chevrolet, Maureen.
Nobody likes anchovies except you.
In fact, I like anchovies so much that I will eat them right out of the can.
I know you will. Like sardines.
To me, that is a real taste treat. Do you like sardines?
No.
Oh, sardines are good.
No.
They're very tasty.
They're ugly. They're salty. They're fishy. No.
Not good sardine. I haven't had one in a while, but sardine sandwich is pretty nice.
Ew.
No, huh?
No.
That is our survey. The very unscientific Pete and Maureen pizza survey. Total thumbs down on anchovies and pineapple.
There you go.
America has spoken, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, we'll do another show. Don't ask us what it's about because we have no idea.
We have ideas. We just haven't picked one yet.
Yeah. We've had a few shows that we kicked around and we were just like, no, too controversial.
Or we just didn't feel like we wanted to do it.
Yeah. So join us next week and we'll find something to talk about. Don't forget that you can write to us at Pete and Maureen Podcast at yahoo.com. You can also watch this podcast on YouTube and on Facebook. So please remember to like, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, whatever you got to do to get us more engagement. Until next week, I'm Pete Torriello.
And I'm Maureen Torriello.
Un-American hater of anchovies. Goodbye, God bless you, and thank you. Thank you for listening.